We've got Kyler in Miami Kane. Thank you so much for the super chat contribution there. So he's really hitching the wagon here between Jim Knowles and Ryan Day's success. And of course, Ohio State expecting championship aspirations that Jim Knowles, if he doesn't get it done, then Ryan Day's going to be shown the door. That might be a bit extreme.
Yeah. I don't get that sense. Ohio State just re-upped on Ryan Day with a lucrative extension for, more years and much more money. And, I don't think that he'll be the head coach there as long as he wants to be, is kind of how I look at it. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. That's just somebody kind of trolling, I guess. And, I think that until Knowles delivers the goods, the jury is out. We just don't know. I mean, we think people pointed out his numbers when he took over at Oklahoma State, that there was actually a step back from the year before it was 2 steps forward the last few years. And obviously they got to the Big 12 championship game and lost, 21-16 or something to Baylor, and gave up 3 touchdowns, but couldn't score on the offensive side. I mean, with 3 touchdowns given up in a Big 12 championship game is usually enough to win the game, as you figure the winning team's going to score 40 a lot of times. So, I don't put that on him. And then obviously he left after that, and they gave up $1 million to Notre Dame. So, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Other than Ryan Day studied the situation and thought this was the best guy for the moment to come into Ohio State and take this challenge on and start over. Basically, take the whole whiteboard and, wipe it off and say, here you go. You got a blank slate, and you got good enough players to go win games. And we won 11 games last year, and we want to win 13, 14, 15 this year. So go to it. And that's the job. So Ryan Day says it all the time. At Ohio State, you can't lose. There's no such thing as losing a game at Ohio State. It's not a result that's acceptable. So if it does happen, you put your hard hat on, you get back up on the beam, and you go back to work. And that's all you can do.
We'll finish with this. Appreciate everybody being here. I think this is quite the legacy out of Willie here. His first game in the shoe, he had Woody at Paul Warfield, Ara Parsegan on the side of Northwestern, and Northwestern beat Ohio State. So I'm trying to think what year that would have been. That would have been sometime in the 50s.
He says 1962.
Oh, 62. There it is. Okay,
yeah.
62, because that might have been right before Parsegan went to Notre Dame, because I think he won a national championship there in like 64 or 5. And then sat behind Woody's wife at the 45-yard line at some Rose Bowls there in the 70s.
Yeah, I was at the Rose Bowl this past year, and let me tell you, it's still the greatest spectacle, in college football is the Rose Bowl. Greatest place to watch a game. Some of the logistics getting in and out, not the greatest, and Los Angeles, not the favorite place of a lot of people right now, but once you're there and once you're in Pasadena, I'll tell you this, the week we were there, they talk about the sunny weather. We had more rain in 3 days there than we probably have in a year here in Columbus. It was awesome. It was awful, but finally the rain cleared out and the game was awesome. But I don't know. I vaguely recall some of those Rose Bowls with Archie. I was a young kid then, and obviously probably the first one that I truly remember was the Arch Leister one in 1979.
Yeah.
But have been fortunate to go to 3 Rose Bowl games. Ohio State won them all, or actually 4 now, because I was at Arizona State, Oregon, Washington, and now Utah. So there's 4, and also saw him play UCLA in the regular season there in 2001. We've referenced it, before on the show after 9/11. So I've been there 5 times, and I guess it's a great place to go watch a game. And what is its place going to be in the future of college football with a revamped playoff? And it's an uneasy, uncertain future, I think, for a lot of these traditions that we've had. But this is a sport that has scuttled rivalries like Texas and Texas A&M and Oklahoma, Nebraska, and Pitt and West Virginia, and so many other ones over the years, just for the sake of money. And I guess we'll see what the next 20 years have to look forward to, with conference realignment and playoff expansion and the future of the postseason. All three of those things in a state of flux.
And once that first Big Ten schedule comes out, that includes USC and UCLA, we'll have much to talk about in envisioning all sorts of Big Ten teams, obviously making a regular stop out of the Rose Bowl to play UCLA. That should be pretty fascinating.